I was going to wait until it was a little closer to Father's Day for this, but after the recent introduction of Curtis Axel, of course the grandson of Larry the Axe Hennig and the son of Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, I decided to go ahead and take a look at some wrestling legacies and whether or not they will be or are as successful as their fathers and in some cases grandfathers in the business. And of course, only time will tell with Curtis Axel. Of course, this is a whole new gimmick, a whole new thing going on for him. He floundered, was lost in the shuffle, was off TV for months at a time as Michael McGillicuddy. So I'm hoping with his association now with Paul Heyman, things will change for him and we'll see a little bit more because he's a talented guy. I've seen some of his work when he was in FCW, so I'm looking forward to him getting a legitimate shot and a break in the WWE on the main roster. Now, I think it goes without saying Randy Orton and The Rock are probably two of the best third-generation stars. They have exceeded their fathers and grandfathers respectively. The Rock, of course, arguably one of the all-time greats in the world of professional wrestling. Randy Orton, while I'm not a huge fan of his, it's hard to deny that he has had a lot of success in a very short amount of time in his WWE career. Multiple titles and championships for both of these guys. So I think that it's safe to say that they would go in the column of exceeding what their fathers and grandfathers did. Now, there's others that are out there that, you know, again, this is still early in their careers. Time will tell. Cody Rhodes, I think, you know, if he can find his footing, and I thought last year the WWE was really going to do something with him when they put the Intercontinental title on him. Then when they paired him up with Damien Sandow, I thought perhaps Team Rhodes Scholars was going to go somewhere. But he's back kind of in that mid-card status, kind of floundering right now. But I hope things turn around for him. And Goldust, of course, Dustin Rhodes, I don't think ever achieved the success of the American Dream, but obviously made a name for himself, got a niche, and I think had enjoyed more success as Goldust than he did as Dustin Rhodes, but arguably, in my opinion at least, one of the more entertaining characters in the history of wrestling. Now there's Ted DiBiase Jr., who I think is one of those guys who is also lost in the shuffle. And I know sometimes having that legacy, being that son or daughter of a superstar, puts a lot of pressure on them. And fans expect a lot out of them, and I think sometimes some of them just aren't able to succeed. And again, WWE Creative in some cases just simply doesn't have anything for these young talents. Richie Steamboat is someone I'm looking forward to see eventually make it to the main roster. Of course, the son of the great Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Kerry Von Erich has a daughter, Lacey Von Erich, who wrestled briefly for TNA. She's kind of gotten out of the business now, and you know, I always enjoyed Kerry Von Erich's work in the ring. I think he would go in that category of being one of my favorite superstars. Now, Kevin Von Erich's sons, Kerry's nephews, Ross and Marshall, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to have to offer because they are wrestling in Japan, I think, mostly right now for the most part. So want to see what they've got to offer. Tamina Snuka, of course, the daughter of Superfly Jimmy Snuka, a very talented diva, as is Natty Neidhart, Natalia Neidhart, daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and of course the granddaughter of the great Stu Hart. So I think that it's still early in her career as well, and quite honestly, WWE is simply not using or utilizing either one of these divas to their full potential, in my opinion. And of course, there's the son of the late, great Davey Boy Smith, David Hart Smith, who had a little bit of success in the WWE as part of the Hart Dynasty. And I think if this kid gets another break and gets another chance, he will have an opportunity to shine. So who are some of your favorite legacies? And I know this is just a small sampling. I just jotted down a few names and wanted to talk briefly about it. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my 123 Cents.